1 2 1 2. How do you do? It's Packy Magoo. All right, so I want to just talk a few things over with you, but first I would like to mention about our dear friend Dani Mae, who she really looks after everyone's YouTube channel, and recently she hasn't been in the best of health. Sorry if there's a fan going there. It is what it is. It's warm where I am. I'm in a garage here. That's where I do my recordings and listings. Anyway, no, Dani Mae, she's recently in bad health. And I won't go into the health details because, in fairness, that's for her to tell you. And I don't feel comfortable speaking about anyone's health or whatever. But Dani Mae, I want you to know that we're all here for you. We're thinking of you. And we love you. Tonight, we're having an online auction. So hopefully this video goes up before then. And I'm supposed to be live on it at some stage. And we have a couple of things we're going to auction off for Dani Mae's auction. All proceeds go to her healthcare, I believe. And thank you all, you guys, for doing everything you do. There is, if you look at the auction, there is a PayPal and a Venmo where you can donate money if you want to. But Dani Mae is one of the good ones. And we look after the good ones, you know, because it could be any of us at any time. So, look, guys, lots of love from Packy Magoo. Now, moving forward, I want to talk to you about a scenario I had with a friend of mine who is an older gentleman, but he didn't know how to set up a YouTube channel. So as I explained to him, the best way for you to set up a YouTube channel, and the only way for you to set up a YouTube channel, is you go to Google and you do it from there. There's an icon, I believe, in the corner. You go on that and you sign in, or on the bottom there's an icon, depending on which Google you're in. There's one on the bottom and you sign in. But to sign in, sometimes you just create an account. And once you create an account on Google, you can then create, you then have an account on YouTube, which is great. You know, put in a photograph is another scenario I had to go through, but that's easily explained. So later on, I'll tell you how to put in a photograph onto your YouTube site or YouTube channel. So guys, I hope you're having a wonderful evening, wonderful day. I'm going listing now until I have to go live. I hope you watch the live. Dani Mae. There's a link. If you're my friend on Facebook, there is a link. If not, I will put a link in this video so you can check that out. All right, guys. Lots of love. Packy Magoo. Over and out. How do you do? It's Packy Magoo. All right, guys. So some of the stuff I'm working on recently, you know, you got to look up everything, and believe me, we have everything. So some of these little guys, they're Jack's action figures from different years. You got to look up the year. This one is 2003. Three. I know I say 3 different on the rest of you, but 3. This is this guy here. I wouldn't like to mess with him. Packy Magoo doesn't like fighting, but I've been in my fights. Woo! If I fought you, I won. Woo! All right, look, this guy. He's like, big brother, you mess with me, man. You gotta mess with me. Hey, take it easy, guys. See, you gotta sometimes sort out these fellas. We got this guy here. I need a YouTube channel, man. Packy Magoo is the best champion. Did you hear what he said? Oh my God. And then we got these other 3 fellas here, like band of brothers. Anyway, moving on from there. I have so much stuff to list. I'm just showing you the silly things. We got a velvet can. It's obviously old. It says velvet. I know it's reversed. It is what it is with the camera. We got Harlem Nights VHS. And we got Pink Floyd, The Wall, which I'd love to see, actually. That could be a good one. Old video cassette. If you got old VHS horror movies, those guys are doing well. You can sell one of those $20, $25 and maybe more, you know. Now you can sell them for $2 or $1 too, but it's up to you. Some of those things are doing well. Some of the stuff I listed recently was the likes of this guy. This is it's a motor school, a car driving thing. It says NCYA Second Annual Open Car Show 2000, and it looks great in the package. I'm not sure what I listed because I listed it yesterday and I listed so much stuff I can't remember it. But our eBay store is, our link to the eBay store is there, so have a look at it. I showed you Santa Claus. Oh yeah, some of the books I've listed, and these are generally, you know, $9.99 to $12.99. But this is a good one. This is a wrestling one. It's Mankind, Have a Nice Day, A Tale of Blood and Sweat Socks. There you go. And it's by a guy called Mick Foley. And it's signed. So this is a good one. It's on our channel. I got Driver Number 8, Dale Earnhardt Jr. It's not signed. It's a nice piece. There you go. What is next? Woo! Oh, by the way, you know the books I was telling you about Stephen King? A friend of mine down the road, he works in the garage. His name is Jesse. Big shout out to Jesse. You're a good guy, Jesse. Jesse done a deal with me for 7 books. And I have, oh my God, at least another 20. But he bought he bought 7 Stephen King books. Jesse, thank you, brother. Get your friends to like, subscribe. I need all the subscribers you can get. Ah! Woo! All right, this one is The Muslim World on the Eve of Europe's Expansion. And this book goes for over $20. I was surprised. But this book is doing really well. You know, it's a one-off kind of book, and it's an ex-library book as well. And ex-library books do really well. Do not be fooled because it's an ex-library book. Ex-library books, if they're the right topic, you gotta sell, man. This one is 20th Century Africa. And again, it's another book that might surprise you. It's up on the $20 scale, Towards a New Vision of Self-Sustainable Development. I love to hear that sort of stuff. You know, I was in Africa. I was in Cape Town one time. I went to Cape Town with the Nile Melon Challenge. We built houses for the poor. And I loved Cape Town. The people were amazing. The conditions they lived in was unbelievable. You'd see maybe 5 or 6 to 10, 12 people living in a galvanized aluminum tin shack hut, right? It would be approximately 5 or 6 feet tall, and it could be 10 to 20 foot square. And they lived in there with no electricity, no water, no nothing. They just lived in there, slept in there. Outside the door, I saw pots, big old boiling pots full of water, boiling with a fire underneath. And there'd be a chicken run around. They grab the chicken, kill the chicken would go into the water, they'd pluck the chicken, and next thing they'd be barbecuing the chicken. The conditions were unbelievable. On the top of the hill, there was a hill where I was. I'm not sure the name of it. I met Bishop Desmond Tutu. I had dinner with him. But there was a hill. And on the top of the hill, the guys were better off. Because when they had done their business, if you know what I mean, number 1 and number 2, number 1 would flow down the hill. And the neighbor, I mean, it was just the way it was. There was nowhere else for it to go. And the guy in the bottom of the hill was living in the worst part of it. But what we done was, before I arrived, I'm a carpenter, a finished carpenter, so I can do anything with carpentry. But the guys would come in, and a team of guys doing foundations would come in, and they would make a deal with the people in the huts that, okay, if you want to live here again, we're going to give you a small mortgage of like £1 or $1 a month rent, and that's your mortgage. You know, it's not rent, but it's mortgage. And eventually they'd own the house or own what we built. So we take out 4 or 5 families out of an area, and generally what would happen was there could be 2 or 3 rooms in the house, and it's only a single house, and each family would have to pay for the mortgage, and they all live in one house. But instead of living in terrible conditions. They were living in quality conditions with water and electricity, and they had a house with a proper roof over their head. You know, so I hung 50 doors when I was there for my few weeks. I'll never forget my time in Cape Town. Cape Town is very much like Australia, in case any of you don't know that. And the people are so nice and beautiful and lovely. You would see the girl coming. You know, poverty is an awful thing, and third world is terrible. But you would see the poor girl coming out of her shack, like a galvanized 6 foot by 10 square shack, and she would leave that shack better dressed than you and me. She would leave with her white starched shirt, pristine, and she would go to the big white man's house on the hill. And I'm saying it as it is, so don't be offended with me. She would go to the white man's house on the hill, and she would work there, serve him, or as a cook or whatever, all day long, and come back home, go to her shack, and the next day do it all again. I have a lot of respect for those people. You should too. But anyway, sorry for being so morbid. I just want to tell you a story of one of the aspects of my life. I've done a lot of traveling. I've been in a lot of places, and I hope to go to a lot more places. Love you all from Packy Magoo. Go and see Dani Mae's auction. Come on, guys. Gotta look after each other. And if someday you need a hand and you talk to Packy Magoo, God knows what we will do. Because I'm Packy Magoo. I know I'm crazy, but I try and make you laugh. I try and make you happy, and a smile is what it's all about. Over and out. All right, guys. There's a couple of more things I want to say to you. So one of my big dreams for this YouTube channel is to incorporate visions of Ireland. And what I mean by visions of Ireland, I mean history of Ireland, places in Ireland, where I'm from, more importantly for me. But I love Ireland. It's in my heart, and I am Ireland. So I've been in talks with I was in talks with a couple of guys. Excuse me, I got hiccups. A couple of guys, right? And I've one guy who's going to agree to do the camera for me, because I'm obviously not there at the moment. I'm in the States, and I want to do one a month. I want to do at least one video a month, and I have so much stuff to show you. You're going to love Ireland when you see this stuff. My friend David has agreed to be the cameraman. Big shout out to you, David Marcus. Thank you. I have another friend, Dani, who's working all the time, and it's very hard for me to film. And a bigger problem is the weather. Ireland, it rains all the time. When we get a break in Ireland, it could be it could be a week, it could be 3 weeks we have no rain, but it's raining a lot. So I'm not putting it down on Ireland. When it rains, we can go for a pint. Woo! Packy Magoo loves to have a pint. But yeah, so it rains a lot, and our Irish culture and music and history, something you need to see. We got a unique culture, a unique history. We got I mean, it's not all good. I mean, a lot of it is bad, but we smile at the end of the day. We overcome. It's what you got to do in life, or else life's not worth living, right? You just got to keep going. But anyway, so I was in talks with a cousin of mine who was in the West End acting for years, and he, at the time, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, he saved his money, and he came back to Ireland and he bought a couple of castles, right? So I'm not going to divulge in prices he paid at the time. I mean, it was like 50 years ago. But my cousin's a sharp guy, and a really nice guy. He played Elvis in the West End. The ladies always chase him around. But at one stage, I'm going to introduce you to Sean, my cousin. And Sean is going to tell you all about a few things in Ireland. And I want this to work out. It's one thing I want to see happen, because I think it's going to be good for me as a channel, and it's going to be good for you as a viewer. All right, so I don't know what else to say on this issue until I get it going. But it's something I want to do, so hopefully you'll see more of that on my channel. All right, love you all. Remember, Dani Mae's thing is tonight. We're all rooting for you, Dani Mae. Over and out. And one more thing, a big shout out to my friend Al Savage in Glasgow and all my Scottish friends. Us Irish love the Scots, you know that. You look like us. You don't talk like us, but we're all Celts, or well, not all of us, but we're all good people. Um, so a big shout out to Mark O'Ree, who's been looking after my music, and my brother Seamus from Ireland. But yeah, I love Scotland. I've been to Glasgow. I need to go there again. We might record that, and we might record only half of it. All right, see you later.
Melting like the snow on a hill where the sun shines, flowing down a stream into the ground where the grass grows. You can't hide from the unknown side streams where the water flows, with open dreams and open arms to catch you when you fall. Flying through the clouds like a bird to a clear sky.
One more thing, guys. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. We need subscribers on this channel because we won't get paid if we don't reach 1,000. So help me out, please. Love y'all. See you tomorrow.